Okay, we're live. Hi, everybody. How you doing? This is your buddy Uncle Bruce here with Stock Markets with Bruce from Rancho Mirage, California. Another windy afternoon here. Unbelievable. Welcome all to the final hour of trading. The markets are off by more than 5% on day 2 of the Trump session. Welcome to the Tariff Show. We're down 5.1% in the Dow, 2,100 points. We're up 311 points on S&P. That's 5.75 of a percentage point lower. NASDAQ 5.7% lower, down 944 points. The VIX is up 1450 now at 44.49. So coming into the last hour of trading, the market is not in a good mood and is not looking for a move up. Gold is down a whopping $76 an ounce, down to $3,044. You'd think that with uncertainty, gold would go up. Oil is down $4.71 a barrel at $62.24 at the moment. That's what I'm showing now on the markets. The winner of the day, GameStop. GameStop shares are up $2.26, sitting now at 23.36, which is right near its high of the day. The second winner, MSTR, Strategy Incorporated, or MicroStrategy, up $6.60 a share. Over on SoFi, the worst was first thing this morning. In about the first hour, SoFi went all the way down to $8.88. It is at the moment $9.34, down $1.35 or so, $1.30. Now it's $9.37, down $1.27 as everything is shifting. The ASTS shares, we follow those, are down $190. Rocket Lab down $178. AI down $167. These are better. These are all better than they were earlier today. Supermicro down $319. NVIDIA down $771 at $94. Tesla down $27.80 at $239.45. The spiders are down $29.38, and the triple Qs are down $25.69. Serious pullback there. Palantir down about $10 a share. Costco down $50 a share. There's finally some recognition of the fact that this massive importer of goods is finally noticing something happening here. This is not good, what's happening with the Trump session right now. Every retail stock is in trouble. Every restaurant is in trouble. Every hotel is in trouble. Every airline is in trouble. The transportation business is in trouble. The supply chains are being completely disrupted, and there will be massive layoffs in the auto sector, parts sector, and then it'll affect all other aspects of the U.S. economy. Have a nice day. Look, Google down $3.83, Apple down $14.75. Broadcom down $6.21, Microsoft down $12.70, Intel off $2.54 now to $19.89, Netflix down $62.50. Now, why would Netflix be down $62? They don't import avocados from Mexico. Netflix doesn't bring in cars. They don't make anything. They are a broadcaster. They produce, content for us to watch. Well, except for one little problem. If you're going to have massive layoffs at the federal level for employees, which is happening, you're going to now have massive layoff and job losses on the horizon for anyone to do with the U.S. economy and every end of the economy. You're going to have a lot of people who cannot afford to buy the monthly subscription price of Netflix, which keeps going up in price by more than 10% a year. Someone's going to pay the price. Movie theaters are going to get whacked. Netflix is getting whacked. All the other content providers are going to get whacked. And so YouTube videos, I guess, is what people will watch because, I'm free, I suppose. I don't know. Down $62.50 a share. I'm not making this up. It's down $62.50 a share to $854. Meta, Facebook shares down $26.37. Eli Lilly, the drug maker, they're down $51 a share because people who run the drug administration don't believe in medicine. They believe that you hold a Bible, you get better, I guess. I don't know. I'm not American. you Americans out there figured that one out. This thing is getting whacked down $50 a share. Amazon down $5, Uber down $5.30, Adobe down 15, Cisco down 243, AMD down 676, Unity down 134, Enphase down 194. And that's just a smattering of what's going on. IBM down 14.50. Some of the other highlights: Vanik Semiconductors 181 down $14. Goldman Sachs down $43. Boeing down 13.75. J.P. Morgan down $16. We got a real barn burner of a bad day going on right now, and it is affecting every corner of the United States economy. And there are no winners. Look. Reality is this: stock markets reflect the future. The daily trading of a stock or of an index or whatever you're following here is showing you what the investment community feels the economy will be like 6 months to a year from now, generally speaking. Now, there can be daily announcements, instantaneous announcements that can come out, can make a stock go up or down in one afternoon, one morning, overnight, pre-market, all that stuff. Earnings per share, surprise write-off, merger, two companies, one trying to take over another. All kinds of events can make things happen instantly. But overall, stocks trade on a kind of a, well, this is what we think the future looks like. And right now, from yesterday's 1,600-point Dow loss to the 2,047-point Dow loss right now, the Dow 30, those 30 stocks that make up the Dow Jones average, the attitude of investors is it's not going to look so good in 6 months to a year from now as it did before. And so we have 3,600 Dow points eviscerated, gone in one shot in 48 hours. And we're looking at the Dow now at 38,500. And the high of the Dow Jones earlier this year, 45,073, we're down 6,500 points. We're now off a solid 15%, which is a serious correction. A 20% or lower drop is a bear market. We're only 4 to 5 percentage points away from being into a bear market. S&P down 5.6%. It's well on its way towards bear territory. And NASDAQ at 15,640, down 5.5% right now, is also indicating that we might be headed towards a bear market. The NASDAQ topped out at 20,200. That was the high this year, 20,200. We're now at 15,600. A 20% decline in the NASDAQ puts it at 16,000. We're at 15,600. So it looks like NASDAQ is already entering a bear market territory. We'll see how this continues on. In any event, there is just a brief, quick, last-minute recap of where we're at with now about 49 minutes to go. We can trade from here. We can still be fluctuating 500 points from here, up or down. In the Dow, at least, we'll see. But the end of the day, without a Congress to stand up to him, and without the Senate having any guts whatsoever, the de facto dictator of the United States is running the show. And right now, if the fantasy land in his mind is that there will be massive factories built all across the United States to make cars in America, even Toyotas, well, then that's in his mind. So far, no one is willing to convince him or is able to convince him otherwise. So there you are. Welcome to the party, Paul. Now, you follow my channel religiously. The good news is you're option writers. And if you are an option writer, you are able to avoid a lot of this pain and suffering. Option writers generally go with the market rather than fight the market, try to outguess the market. They don't do that. They just let the market tell them what it wants to do, and they go with it. A lot of my viewers in the last 3 to 6 months have made a lot of money writing call credit spreads, writing contracts that they know are so out of the money they haven't got a hope in hell of being worth anything when they expire. And sure enough, with the stock market going down as well as shrinkage happening with regards to the shrinkage of time, they're scoring returns much quicker than they usually get them. If you're writing you're writing call credit spreads on Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, any of the Magnificent Seven, you've had a wonderful time here in the last few months. And I don't see this turning around all that much. Yes, there will be, and there can be the occasional hour or half a day or even a full day or two of recovery. Because as we go lower, it'll be more volatile for a bounce back. But we're not going to get a 5,000 point recovery in the Dow Jones. We're not going back 15% to new record highs for the rest of this year. I doubt anything like that. There is no new news, no good news between China, the U.S., Russia, and every other trading partner in the United States. That's just going to make everyone go euphoric, and everything's going to go wonderfully higher. I don't know where that's coming from. What we're going to see in the next week now, 2 weeks, will be a series of retaliatory measures instituted by other countries against the U.S. And that means all of U.S. imports into all countries around the planet will be slapped with anywhere from 10 to 50% tariffs, which will in effect destroy most S&P 500 stocks, NASDAQ stocks, Dow stocks that do any international business. They will find that their numbers are not going to be anywhere near what they had hoped. They're going to find that their profit margins are going to be completely eviscerated offshore. Their numbers are going to be very, very weak, and there is no strength and no wind coming to the U.S. Economy from that area. Unfortunately, the President of the United States seems to think that other countries are evil, are nasty negotiators, and are taking advantage of the American people, when in reality, it's the American people who have been benefiting from a wonderfully strong dollar overall and have been able to bring in merchandise into their country for prices they can't hope to produce. There's no way that an American company can make a pen like this to compete with what you can produce this pen for elsewhere. But for some reason, the existing administration just is convinced that through their singular act of making tariffs across the board, that miraculously manufacturing will appear everywhere in the United States. I frankly don't know where the workers are coming from. The American workers, there aren't enough of them to produce these mundane items. You need armies of tens of millions of undereducated, underskilled, undermotivated people to make these products in these sweatshop factories. I don't know where America gets those people from. Americans that I know, Americans that I'm aware of, and Americans who have kids out there, they think about moving forward and making the next generation a better, smarter, more capable generation than the last. So the generation from the 1800s and the early 1900s have long passed away. Their children and children's children and children's children down the road here we are in 2025. We're dealing with a much more educated population than we've ever had before, and Americans are kind of used to winning with the fact that their dollar can buy them a lot of stuff. In any event, the disconnect between an 80-something-year-old president and his followers of zombies, who I have no idea what they're thinking about other than their own personal self-interests, maybe that's the motivation for them to do that, are on a planet and on a plane that the rest of us are obviously not understanding. And the market is definitely letting the White House know we're not impressed with what's going on. Now, stocks that could win. What stocks can win in this environment? Well, one stock like GameStop, you're asking yourself, maybe, why is it up $2.10 a share, Bruce, to $23.20? Because doesn't GameStop bring games in from China? Aren't games manufactured outside the U.S.? Aren't gaming systems made elsewhere? They used to be made in Japan, and now they're made in Taiwan and Vietnam and whatever. Aren't they subject to tariffs? Well, yeah, they are. They really are. But there's one piece of good news for the GameStop customer, or the GameStop shareholder, I should say. GameStop doesn't sell $5,000 games. GameStop doesn't sell $1,500 highly sophisticated gaming systems. GameStop has been in a race to the bottom to be involved in a product that is mass produced by the millions of copies and is then retailed through Amazon, Walmart, Target, Costco, and GameStop itself at the cheapest possible price. And so for someone who's going to get laid off and furloughed for a while, for them to pass the time and play a video game rather than watch television like Fox News, for example, you might as well play a game. And if you want to get the newest, latest game, you'll work your way down to GameStop if you want, or you'll order it online. And yeah, you'll pay $5 more for a game, but at least you don't have to watch reality on your television set. So GameStop will they'll pay more tariffs indirectly through their distributors and all that, but it's not going to crush the company. GameStop, of course, just raised $1.5 billion. And the thinking out there is that GameStop will take all of that money and put it into crypto like Bitcoin. Unfortunately, or fortunately, that is unlikely to happen. GameStop will move into crypto as their customers want to use crypto in their stores or through their online method, through their online buying method. But GameStop doesn't need $1.5 billion of crypto in its inventory to expand its business overnight. GameStop is not in the crypto buying and selling business either. They're not going to open up tellers inside each store where people can come in and buy and sell crypto with GameStop. They're not a bank. They're not going to be an exchange. And so GameStop can get involved in crypto and accept it and all of that, give refunds in crypto, I suppose. But they're going to need a fraction of amount of money to do that. The good news for GameStop is that they've got a whack of dollars, $6.2 billion in cash right now. They have 500 million shares outstanding, if that's the number, 447 million shares outstanding. And they got over $6 billion in cash. They're approaching $15 a share in cash value on hand. They can acquire through their brokerage connections and bond connections. They can probably get their hands on a 7 and 8% return on their money through corporate bond acquisitions. In other words, they buy other bonds that are out there issued by other companies, and they'll collect interest from these entities, 7-8%. And that's 400 million for the company. It's about $1 a share, maybe. They bring in 447 million in profits. They'll make $1 a share in interest. And they trade at 25 to 40 times earnings. It's a $25 to $40 stock. That's why GameStop is $23.44 right now. The CEO is buying the stock at $21.55. Anyone in the know, and not very many are in the know, are buying up GameStop to, this thing's worth $25 to $40 a share. I'm happy being here. It's not a risk. They're not going out of business. SoFi, even though it's down to $9.44 a share right now, is actually a bargain. If you look up the stock and look at what kind of a PE multiple they're trading at, their price earnings multiple, right now at this price per share, SoFi is trading at 24 times earnings. That's all they're trading at, 24 times earnings, because they make money. SoFi is a profitable fintech bank, and it is a bank that is growing at a rate that other banks would kill for. But again, the market doesn't understand all of this news because Wall Street as a whole hasn't been promoting this stock. SoFi is sort of stealing business from other bankers, and so the bankers on Wall Street aren't bragging about these guys very much. But we will find out between now and around the 25th of April, something like that. We're going to get the news as to how much money they've made in the first quarter, which ended 4 days ago, March 31st. It's likely that SoFi added yet more money per share in net earnings, gross sales, new members, the whole enchilada. They are growing at a phenomenal speed. And the stock could well be into that 12 to 15 or 14 to 16 neighborhood between now and the end of the first quarter. They're not subject to tariffs. SoFi doesn't import avocados. SoFi doesn't make a car. Now, theoretically, SoFi could finance a car, and if someone can't afford to buy a car, SoFi won't finance it. Okay, granted, I'll give you that. But is SoFi a car financing company? Is that what they are? No. Are they a real estate specialist? Is it all they do? No. Are they a student loan specialist? Because at one time, the thinking was that they were a student loan specialist. That was 5 years ago. No. SoFi is now so diversified with credit cards, investment accounts, lines of credit, business loans, other loans. They're very well spread out. And all of the loans that they're taking on, they're having no trouble financing these loans. In other words, they lend money to a borrower with a very high credit score, and another one, and another one, and another one. And they bundle up these loans into a package and sell these loans to investment firms. The investment firms get the majority of the interest that is charged by SoFi. SoFi gets all that capital back into their hands to re-lend it again. And SoFi takes $5 billion from other people's money, lends it out over and over and over again. And even if they're making 3 or 4 points on the money net to them, they're making a fortune because they don't have physical branches. They don't have security guards at the front door. They don't have a parking lot. They don't have property taxes with 1,000 or 2,000 branches across the United States. This is a lean and mean and cheap, low-cost operator of banking, and they are becoming the Walmart of fintech banking. Some call them the American Express of fintech banking, of the quality of clientele that they attract. They don't make loans to unemployed people. They don't go after the bottom 10% or bottom 30% of Americans. They're after the top 30% of Americans for credit scores and income, and they offer them all kinds of fintech services. They're going to do just fine. Stock today, yeah, down 115 right now. It's 950. Yeah, took a hit today. The market took a hit today. SoFi didn't make the market go down. SoFi will not be hurt by tariffs. They'll be affected by the spin-off of tariffs if too many of the top 30% of Americans become destitute. I doubt that that's going to happen. 952 is where the stock is at right now. Here you go. There's a couple of thoughts for you. Rocket Lab 1623 down $1.65 right now. Got down to 15 today. They're really not affected by tariffs either. Satellites are needed in space to replace satellites that are running out of juice and have a short lifespan. Rocket Lab is in the business of replacing satellites that have a 10-year lifespan. Rocket Lab has a back order of billions and billions and billions of dollars of satellites to be launched into space. Tariffs will not affect them whatsoever. Because as a matter of fact, as AI technology grows and becomes more prevalent, you're going to need even more satellites. And so Rocket Lab's business is a very good one to be in. And their stock at 1622 is nice and low, nice and cheap. They're cash rich, no debt, and they're back ordered right up to here. So, but at the meantime, the big picture right now, the focus is on the market. That is the way this game works. That's how this business runs. And people are wondering, are the markets crashing out? Are we in real trouble? Is this like 1987 when we lost 22% in one day? Is this like 9/11? Markets were shut down for 4 or 5 days because of the shock. Is this like the gigantic financial problem we had in 07, 08 when the real estate market of America and the rest of the world plummeted dramatically? No, it's a self-inflicted wound made by an administration that seems rather focused and rather loyal to one person's particular vision of what greatness is going to be. Unfortunately, the way the system is set up, one person like that can really affect markets in a very awful way. There used to be a time where presidents of the United States would not comment on stock market performance other than to say our economy is strong and we feel confident that we're on the right path. That ended in the George Bush era. It did happen in Obama's era that he would occasionally comment on the economy, but not on the market. But ever since 2016, we got an egocentric guy who loves to comment about the market. Unfortunately, the moves he's made this week are contrary to the market's wishes. And the market is letting him know that. And this will continue for a while, although we could have a rally. We have rallied back 400 points from the low of the day, by the way, just saying. But we're still down 1,888 Dow points. We'll find out all next week how this all plays out. The winners and losers will be self-identified. We'll come out. We'll hear all about them. We'll see them trade. You'll see green shoots popping up here and there with companies that are able to win even in a difficult environment. But we're going to hear a lot of other stories, and we're going to get a lot of updates as to what is not working with this deal and what is not going to work with this deal. A lot of countries right now are holding off mentioning anything about what they're going to do in retaliation to these latest moves. They're basically waiting to see, are you going to follow through with the kind of talk you've been talking about, or are you just bluster? We want to know if the emperor is wearing any clothes. And so far, we've seen a lot of backing off of blustery comments and delays in certain things. And so the rest of the planet, rightly, is going to take its time to react and go from there. We're now up to 23.62 on GameStop, 250 gain, 252 gain. Looks like the stock is hitting its high of the day right now in this neighborhood. 23.72 so far has been hit on GameStop. GameStop volume is now in excess of 17 million shares. Nothing like it was in 2021 in the old days when we used to see 100 million a day like nothing at hundreds of dollars a share. But there is definite interest in the GameStop story this afternoon. SoFi down $1.12 at $9.52. Volume on SoFi today is 79 million, which is definitely over average. And I have a suspicion there are bargain hunters who have been moving in here all afternoon, picking off cheap stock. Whether Anthony Noto, is buying any personally, we won't know until filings get done. There might be filings tonight through the weekend that some directors of some different public companies out there are buying stock in the company that they're involved with. We'll have to wait and see about that. Don't worry, someone will cover it. If I see anything on SoFi, I'll mention it, and we'll stay on top of it. Welcome to the party, pal. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. As I say, we're down 4.6% on the Dow, which is an improvement. And NASDAQ was down 5.7%. It's now down 4.8%, almost a 1% pullback. We've come back a bit. And S&P is still down 5.1%. Oil down $4.38 a barrel in Texas, trading at $62.57, down 6.5%. Gold is off $71 an ounce. And I heard earlier today that copper was down almost 5%. Some of the basics. Okay. Welcome all to the program, and I'm glad you're here. Brian, I was able to sell 10 GameStop May $25 contracts for $190. Again, I don't know if these are these cash secured puts, Brian. What have we got going on? You let me know. Matt, I don't think I would be selling GameStop calls right now. There's a reason it's only green stock in the market right now. What's up, everybody from Angel? Flint Creek is here. Not a Lurker is here. Sam, hello. Brother Yeti is here. Good morning, good afternoon. Moneymaker One is here. What else is going on? Hector is here. CD is here watching GameStop. What a day, John Gill is saying. Tom, what a beautiful stock game. What a beautiful stock GameStop is. Jared, I am folding my arms thanks to you, Uncle Bruce. I am not budging. Beach Boy is here. Uncle Bruce, hope you're all stocked up on bagels. The markets depend on you. The man, 10-year, not sure why I put 10%. The man is saying that the 10-year yield is dropping very quickly. It would be nice for the Fed to lower rates so people can start taking out home loans again. Not sure if that's going to happen. We'll have to see about this. The man, Beachy from Lurker, he's here. He sees Beachy here. Jared, I need more dry powder. MK, let me see that circuit breaker. And Sam says the after hours could be quite interesting here. Lisa is in the house. Not a Lurker is here saying sub and like my favorite homeless Canadian. Well, thank you very much. If you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, I'd appreciate it. Thank you all for being here. Not a Lurker. Lisa, you're here. Welcome, welcome all. What else is going on here? H. Gregory is saying hello. Lisa, Yowzer, Crazy 49ers here. Boo Boo is here. Richard Carlin, number 30. Dave somebody, that's not all they said. People are talking to each other here, so I can't keep up with all of your comments. It's all right. It's all right. Not a problem. Afternoon, Coyote. Good afternoon, all of you here. Robert Melhout is here. Hi, Robert. How you doing, buddy? Number 32, thumbs up today. And a snowboarder for life. Uncle Bruce, for us that have cash secured puts that we've sold over the past few weeks and are down right now, do you suggest we keep rolling out or get assigned and sell covered calls? If you've written cash secured puts that expire today, next week, the week after next, and they're in the money or very close to the money, there's a chance you'll be exercised. If you've written cash secured puts on stock like SoFi, GameStop, Rocket Lab, AI, and others, and you've gone out to January 26 or even further than that, it's unlikely you're going to get exercised. Some of you occasionally will let me know, yeah, I had 500 shares being exercised out of the 1,500 I did calls on or puts on. Your game plan then is to just either sell the stock off immediately and write another set of cash secured puts and replace the ones you just got taken out at, or start writing calls. But for now, I think you just sit back and fold your arms and wait for this insanity to calm down. It will calm down, but there is a definite reorganization going on here between winners and losers regarding what happened the other day. Keep in mind too that in the last 48 hours, a lot of very wealthy Americans and people connected to very wealthy Americans and those who have invested in some stocks that were very much supportive of the current president of the United States were all found themselves on the outside looking in when the announcement was made regarding tariffs. There was virtually no one in the Magnificent Seven and the other top S&P 500 companies, the Dow 30s, the NASDAQ 100. None of these guys thought that they were going to get whacked like they got whacked in the market because of what was said in the East on the Rose Garden the other day. They didn't vote that guy in there. They didn't put up the cash to get him elected to get this announcement. This is not what they were after. And so there's a lot of confusion right now and a lot of second guessing going on as to what the heck is going on. Who is really running the show behind the scenes in the White House to cause the president to make this move? There's a lot of anger out there. And we'll see what the fallout is like going forward for a while. I don't know. I just don't know how this will play out. Wild and wacky. Thank you all for joining me. Let's see. Excuse me. The man says, people need to remember stock markets never go straight up. It was at all-time high. A downward movement was inevitable. Auto worker saying, Coyote, a long time no see. Welcome to the show. Deep Value is here. Number 36 thumbs up. Splayer's in the house. Flint Creek is in the house. Thank you and welcome all. Excuse me. What else is going on here? Who else is here? Just double checking about the content and comments. Thank you all. We're down 1,670 on the Dow now. We've come back about 600 points from its worst levels. We still have 25 minutes to go. The man says Cambodia just reduced their tariffs on USA from 15 to 5%. Not sure how that is a bad thing. Excuse me. What else is going on here? Stock option. I'm here now. We can start. We can start. I just came back from Costco, says Stock Option Sensei. $740 later and no hot dog today. So there you go. Buying some products before the prices go up. SPY call credit spreads is paying me $550 today and another $600 on Monday. Thank you very much. Let's go. And what else? Thank you all. Welcome. Katie is here. Hi, Bruce. Thank you for the coverage of the market. Cheers. You're welcome, Katie. Thank you for joining me from wherever you are. Love that you're here with us today. Zach, cheers to all who are positioned correctly for the Trump session. Savage of Wall Street, good afternoon, my fellow simpletons and degenerates. There you go. Let's see. Yes, Lisa is saying that the Cambodia and Vietnam tariffs are an additional swipe at China. Many factories in Southeast Asia are owned by Chinese enterprises. There you go. Let's see. Zach is saying that I sold a Spider a 568 a 568 and a 573 call credit spread yesterday. I wrote this thing and I got $1.14 credit. So he put up $500 to bring in $114. So that's 22.8% return on his money. I bought this whole thing back for 11 cents. So he cleared $1.03 profit per contract. I turned around and I sold a 5.30.35 spread today for 2 weeks, $1.94, and this thing is already coming in for me. So there you go. The spider right now is at 5.11. And he's at 5.30.35. He's a little closer than I'd like him to be, but I understand. He is making money. What else? Mirko, the man. Okay, then. Good luck with your tariffs. Everything in the U.S. will get way more expensive, and the world economy will go down the toilet. But please, you are welcome to stay in La La Land. It's okay. So, folks are having chats with each other right now. What can I say? Welcome. Bruce is the truth, says Zach. You are the GOAT. Thank you. I'm just trying to help you make money, guys. It's all I want you to do is to get richer. Call credit spreads are a great way to go for sure. Short term, 1, 2, 3 weeks out, way out of the money. Watch them die. Savage of Wall Street. The Trump administration have printed more money and gotten us into more debt than all administrations combined. Amazing scholar Joe Biden, the greatest president ever, saved us from COVID. There you go. See. What else is going on? Mirko, the world will go on and the willing countries will find to work around. The U.S. will just be isolated and left in the dark. Thank you all. Welcome. Savage of Wall Street. I'm a bad person because I'm happy these tariffs and the Trump administration are absolutely going to decimate Republican states. I mean, yes, blue states will feel pain, but red states are burning. Wow. At least 40% profit realized on a Palantir June $110 covered call. I wouldn't mind if Palantir keeps dropping. I think it was Savage of Wall Street was telling us earlier today on the first show that he knew he has a buddy at work that he told he should have written a $110 call months ago, and he didn't do it. And then he told me he should write it in the 90, and he didn't do it. And well, there you go. Those who write win. Those who don't write dream of winning. There you go. Down 1,700 points on the Dow. We're down 259 on S&P, and we're down 739 on NASDAQ, about 4.4% to 4.7% losses versus 5.5% losses about an hour ago, 40 minutes ago when I came on the air. Welcome, everybody. Little improvement. What else is going on? Percy Jones says, haven't been on this channel in years. Markets are crashing and Bruce is talking so far. Literally nothing has changed. Well, there's a few folks who write options now and doing quite all right. We're not doing too bad. Christina, I made $1,200 today. Laugh out loud. Thank you, GameStop. Do you make any money today, Percy? I hope you're making money. Hope it's all good where you are. Welcome to the party, pal. Says A Yodi. What else? Dude, I'm glad that MSTR and GameStop are up. I'm leveraged the right way for that. Sold a 280 2-month put for 2,400 last week. So let's keep it right here. And as Flint Creek says, my local bank won't let me spend over $2,500 on my business account daily. SoFi limits $7,500 daily and happy to raise it when needed. Isn't that something? Mirko, the man, your whole family woke up 250 years ago, populated by right Europeans. We lived in stone houses approximately 1,000 years before, so I couldn't care less what a crazy orange boy is doing. Europeans versus North Americans, what can I say? Welcome all. I should clarify, $2,500 per transaction. Unbelievable. Anyway, there you go. I can't argue with stupid. There you go. Let's see what's going on here. Savage of Wall Street. Unemployment is up. Interest rates are up. Gas is up. Groceries are up. Every family will pay $4,000 or more a year for the same living standard. Market lost $8 trillion since Trump took office. These are facts. Lisa, the high of the day for GameStop, $23.72 is still rising. Flint Creek Soap Company, $7,000 per transaction. You're doing fine. Brian, guys, I'm having a blast today. Rolling and moving options everywhere, pulling in cash. Who said blood red days had to be depressing? Exactly. Welcome all to the program. 7,000 more a year, says Flint Creek, is what she's talking about. Let's see. Brian, GameStop, $23.72 is the high today. $23.62 is where we are right now, $23.64. Savage Wall Street, Joe Biden was the greatest president ever. Saved us from COVID, had markets at all-time highs. Gas was cheaper, food was cheaper, Americans had more jobs, money, and we're happier. Trump's an idiot. There's your thoughts. I'm not trying to make it political. I really am trying not to do it. Welcome all to the program and to the channel and to the show. It's the final hour of trading. I'm just trying to tell you what's going on. Doing the best I can. Chad wants to know, what's the better deal? SoFi at 972 or Rocket Lab at 1621? Gonna keep going here. Too many comments. Deep value. I'm scoring on the triple Q call credit spreads and GameStop put spreads. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. There you go. That's what we've been telling people to do here. Brian, I ended up buying back my June $30 covered calls on ASTS for $1.80. I sold them for $5.25. Then I sold November 25 covered calls for $5.40. Now you're talking. That's what I want to see here. Bringing in the bucks. Let's go. Let's go. Who else is here? I'm personally loving this market, says the man. It's fun, and I'm making pretty good money at it. There you go. Let's see. Way to go, Savage. The gamblers are financing his trip right now. You gotta love it. And snowboarder for life. You know what? I sold some 950 cash secured puts on SoFi for May 2nd expiry. I got $1.25 for him, taking advantage of those earnings coming up. So he's willing to buy the stock back for $8.25 anytime you want to give it to me. There you go. And 17.8 million volume on GameStop, says Brian. What's so much fun? What are we enjoying? Are we having a good time? Thank you, everybody, for being here. Howdy y'all, says Boeing Tiger. End of a very interesting week in the market. Wrote cash secured puts on several stocks, thinking the volatility offered attractive premiums. Hello, everybody, from John Anderson. Hello, everyone. Bruce, that's right. You're talking about that employee, the fellow coworker of mine. He just texted me now. He says he's going to wait for Palantir to go to 85 to learn how to write options. I'm laughing my ass off. I don't think he gets it. I was talking to my wife about this too. Unbelievable. Mirko is saying, if I've offended everyone, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep politics out of it, but boy, sometimes. I hear you, buddy. I hear you. Savage, I mean, it's not rocket science. I literally wrote a covered call in front of him and received $910 for writing a Jan 40 SMCI covered call. I showed him. He said it didn't make sense. Laughing out loud. There you go. Savage says, I don't know how else to explain it. All they have to do is watch your channel. I mean, literally, you have told people to. I told them to watch you. How much simpler can I make it? There you go. Sorry, Uncle Bruce. I sold 10 covered calls for May 16, $25 strike on those GameStops for $1.90. There we go. So even though the stock's up to $23.70, Brian did the right thing. Well done. Okay. The man says, I should have bought back my GameStop Jan 26 $30 calls yesterday for $3.90, and then I could write new ones right now for $5.25. Bummer. I missed that one. I thought GameStop would have stayed down through the week. Not a problem, my friend. You're getting richer on the other side. We're Savage of Wall Street sold another NVIDIA $75 cash secured put expiring 2027. I received $1,200 today. Not the high today, but will pay for my gambling this weekend. If I lose it, it's premium money. Laughing out loud. There you go. Christina, I've been buying back my GameStop cash secured puts. Not a lot of profit, but in this market, I'll take the cash. Closed 12 of my 17 cash secured puts and made about $500. Rock and roll. 23.71 on GameStop right now at about the high of the day at this moment with 14 minutes left in our session. Welcome all to the program. Nice to have you with us. Appreciate you all. There you go. Option writers are making money. That is the bottom line. Those with 401ks sitting in market, ETFs that track the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ or whatever, they're down. Mag 7 ETFs are getting slaughtered. A whole bunch of heavily leveraged hedge funds out there are getting absolutely slaughtered. Option writers are winning. Congratulations, option writers. You want to learn how to write options? Go down here. Just go right over here, pick up 4 classes. Tell me the 4 classes you want. Send me a $599.99 to the PayPal account, link down below. Tell me what 4 classes you'd like. I'll send you the links, and then you can learn how to write options. Start with practice accounts. No risk, no worries. use the practice accounts, learn how to start writing options. Literally do what these people are telling you they're doing. Just literally follow them and do their trades. See for yourself if they work out or not. Don't believe them. Just literally do what they're saying they're doing. How hard can that be? You can go back in my show earlier this week and see what kind of contracts they were writing and see for yourself how are they doing. There you are. Anyway, there it is. What else? Dude, you just can't use logic when it comes to selling GameStop options. You just have to do it. Double D deployed more cash secured puts today. I'm already up on most of these. The man, I'm half tempted to cash out my employer 401k, take the penalty, and just write options in my own retirement account. It just, or borrow against it if you can, and then to use those funds however you want to play it. Roland Tesla today I brought in $5,000 today. Oh my, the man! But then I don't get the employer match. Well, this is why you borrow against it. You keep putting money in and get him to match. Keep going. Check out the borrowing side. I think you can do it. I don't know the rules for all of you on this area. I just know some of my viewers have been able to do this and have been very pleased. Savage of Wall Street, I will have to say I'm not really touching my cash secured puts at this point. I want to get assigned so I can average down on all my stocks. There's a reason I wrote cash secured puts on bloody days, and I do down 2 strike zones. I mean, give me the stock, man. Just give me this cheap paper. I'll take it, but only on my terms. They're interesting. We're down 1,900 again on the market. 1,900 on the Dow, 275 loss now on S&P, Nasdaq down 795. Percentages are rising again. Dow's down 4.7, Nasdaq down 4.8, S&P down 5.1. So we'll see if this is towards the end of the day sell-off, or is there going to be a late afternoon run-up in anticipation of a Monday morning rally on bargain hunting. We got 11 minutes to find out. We'll see what goes on. All righty, everyone. Thank you, everybody, for being here. H. Gregory, the man, just transferred to a self-managed IRA and sell them in 3, or sell them there. Okay, Bobby Joe, increased my cover call strike price on Tesla from 165 to 195. Cover call strike price. Okay, I did that 2 years ago, and beating the returns of my employer, says H. Gregory. From me managing my own money. Crazy 49er. Fun fact: in 4 days, I brought in $27,000. Is this real? Is this legal? Yes, it is. The man, I'm letting all my April 17 options go to expiration. If I get assigned, I get assigned. But I know April 21 is gonna be fun. And there you go. There you are. Giddy up. We're down 2,000 now on the Dow again. 286 now. 287 on the S&P, down 5.3%. Nasdaq now down 5.1%. A little selling wave is coming through here as we're falling towards the last 10-minute mark at this point in time. 952 on SoFi. It doesn't seem to want to follow the market lower, although it's a bit off from where it was. We're at 84 million shares. Low of the day, 888. 952 last trade on SoFi. ASTS holding a $20 level, down 150. The low of the day on ASTS was 1850. Rocket Lab 1643. Low of the day on it, $15. Not going back to the lows of the day there. GameStop 2346 with a high today of 2385. So 40 cents off the highs with 18.6 million. A very good day today, up 236. By far the winner of the day. MSTR down up 1192 now to $294. The low of the day on MSTR today, $265.30. This is virtually a $30 recovery, and we did hit $299 today. So this has had a massive turnaround. AI down $1.36. Supermicro down 247. Nvidia is down to 94.23, down 7.57. Tesla is 240, down 26.83. The low of the day, 236. Tesla still trades at 118 times earnings. Spiders are down 28.92. The low for the spiders today, 505. We're at 507. Qs are at 425, down $25. The low today was 423.50. We're at 425.80. Palantir down 961. Costco $49 drop today. Coinbase down 996. Google down 346, Apple down 1360, Broadcom down $6, Microsoft down 1084, Intel down 250, Netflix down 57.46 at 859.59. Facebook is 510, Meta down $21 a share. Now it's down 22 at 509. EI Lilly down $50 to 738. Amazon down 472. Uber down 490. Adobe down $16.85 to $350. Cisco down 262. AMD down 739. Unity down 129. Enphase down 161. These magnificent sevens and the leading tech companies are all getting whacked because the investors now know that almost every country around the world is going to impose a tariff charge on all software coming into their country from the United States. It might not be coming in the United States in a container ship, but it's being electronically transferred, and there will be tariffs charged on U.S.-made product like that. So that's going to hurt their bottom line, no question about it. We're down 2,100 points, 2164 on the Dow, with 7 minutes or so left to go. We are down 311 on the S&P 500 and 915 points on the NASDAQ market. The best performing market is the Dow, down 5.4%, NASDAQ down 5.5%, and S&P down 5.7%. We're back to the lows of the session, roughly, right at this moment in time. The Dow has hit 38,340, and we're at 38,371. So we're just about back to the lows of the day right now. As a matter of fact, we're now 2 points away from the worst price of the worst print of the session today. There you go. Oil down 412, gold down $71 an ounce. Alrighty, there's the story. We're sticking to it. 23.50 now on GameStop, up to 40, and SoFi at 948, down 116. Rocket Lab 1640, ASTS 1995. Welcome all to the afternoon, the final few minutes of the session for the week. What a crazy day we've had today. And what else? Jeff Glass, just saw the live close show. No notification for me. The man, H. Gregory. Well, we do, but then any money our employer contributed is taken. Let's see. The Savage of Wall Street bought back all my Unity and AI covered calls today. Gustav, Dow Jones 2,000 points. Yep, we're down. Pizza. What's on the 21st? What's on the 21st? I'm not sure what anyone's referring to there. I'm just a guy in front of a computer rattling off the market here. We're at, I think, lows of the day right now on the Dow, down 5.54% roughly, something like that. Welcome everyone to the program. Thank you all for thumbs ups today. Thank you all for hitting thumbs ups on my early show today. Thank you for answering the poll questions earlier today. And congratulations those of you who have made a move into buying some classes, learning how to write options. Congratulations, new option writers. Welcome to the family, and go cash only and just write contracts. Don't even have to bother owning stock. You don't have to own a single share of stock if you feel positive about any company you like. You can just write cash secured puts, or work your credit spreads and make your money from other people's money. Nice going. All right. Brian, I bought 25 more GameStop for $23.51. I need 25 more to bring me up to 2,000 shares. I remember 2 years ago when I started buying leaps and writing poor mind covered calls on 9 contracts. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. You are the best. H. Gregory, okay, the man. That match is nice. Let's see. On the 21st options expiry, that's what's going on, says dude. Alex, the VIX is at 43. Really under the gun here. Yeah, 41.72 on the day today now, up 11.70 today alone. The VIX is not happy. The volatility index is nasty. We're down 2,235 points on the Dow here at 38,306. The low of the day, 38,290. So we're still hanging around the low of the session here. on the Dow, 321 drop on S&P. That's almost a 6% drop today. And the NASDAQ down 5.8% today. There you go. Savage of Wall Street, the Dow is down 2,250 points. Whee! And I'm laughing with my kids overlooking the snowy mountains. Yay, thank you, Uncle Bruce. Kids, it all started with class number 1. No need to cry on days like today. Alex, number 77. Good evening, Uncle Bruce and my fellow simpletons and degenerates. Welcome from the UK, my friend. Jeff Glass wrote a couple of Jan 26 $10 SoFi cash secured puts and received 265. Now hope for a turnaround. Worst case scenario, he buys stock at $7.35 on SoFi. That is his worst scenario. He just hauled in 26.5% on his commitment to put up $1,000, and he just got paid $265 for every one of these. Nice job. A very, very good job. Nothing wrong with this trade ever, really. You can write 10s, 12s, 15s, up to you what you want to do. Stock's $9.52, down $1.12 at the moment. The man said, Jeff, you don't have to hope. The turnaround is inevitable. I have to agree with that, too. The turnaround will be inevitable, without a doubt. And you're writing Jan 26s? Yeah. This is what I call easy money from a stock market that has just gone stupid. This is such easy money. You could write 50 of these things, 50 grand worth of $10 cash secured puts, and haul in $13,000. What is that? What's the amount of money you got for those? 265. Oh my God! Yeah, $13 plus $1,000 on a $50,000. I mean, geez, it's easy. Well done. Jeff is saying, I told myself no more cash secured puts until the market stabilizes a bit, but I did it anyway. Alex, I keep rolling my call credit spreads. A license to print money, Bruce. Who told me to write them? Uncle Bruce in my daily trade alert. Worth its weight in gold, but only cost pennies a month to do this. This is amazing. You can quit your day job writing call credit spreads and put credit spreads. You can literally quit your day job doing that. You do not need $200,000 in trading power or anything like that at all. But you have to understand how options work, and they're available if you step up and take the first leap. Take a leap into yourself. Take the leap that you can understand this, and there you go. Only you can make it better. Christina, I don't know why, but my broker won't let me close the last 5 cash secured puts on GameStop. Keeps giving me an error. I don't know what's going on. We're closed now, so I'm not sure what the hell's going on there. I can't understand it. GameStop 23.40. Looks like we're closing here, and we're down we're at 9.57 on SoFi, down $1.07. ASTS closed over 20. The Dow was down 22.31 at the bell. Jack, I shorted the S&P 500 thanks to Donald the Duck. There you go. Okay. All righty. Taking money off the table right now. Down 5.98% on the S&P 500, a 322-point drop today. 5.8% drop on NASDAQ, 962 points. And then the Dow down 5.5% at 2,231, apparently, approximately. And there you go. The man, Alex, our Uncle Bruce trade alerts given on Discord. Lisa, Uncle Bruce, your thoughts for Monday, more bleeding. What do you think? Well, over the weekend, there'll be a lot of analysis coming out, which gives you lots of reading and, YouTubers to follow and what have you. And then we'll see what the pre-market looks like in the morning. Excuse me. Pardon me. Christina, I made a profit today of $2,100 total today on this thing. Nice going. Savage Wall Street. Okay. You degenerates. Great to see Uncle Bruce in the afternoon again. On Sunday, I'll be going live at 12 noon from Tahoe. So we can talk about the upcoming trading week. There you go. The man, Lisa. I'm sure it will bleed there until there's clarity on what tariffs are staying and what are going. Mr. Premium, cover calls on Enphase, OXY, NKE, MSTU, and Lumen just expired. Worthless. Thank you very much. Libation time. Cheers. There you go. People are counting up their wins here on the option writing channel. You find out how much money you made when they all die worthless. It's quite amazing, and it is quite consistent, and I congratulate you all on taking advantage of these markets. We're at 9:58 on SoFi in the after hours, up 1 penny. We have GameStop trading at 23.47, up 1 penny in the after hours so far. And there you have it. We'll see how things all kind of work from here. Fun stuff. What a crazy week. Next week, yeah, look, we're probably going to get, I think, a number of analysts in Wall Street who are going to begin to bravely guesstimate what kind of impact these tariffs are going to have on companies' bottom lines. We're going to have to see downgrades and target prices dropped on stocks across the board. All Magnificent Seven stocks will have to be downgraded. All S&P 500 with international operations will have to be adjusted in price. And we'll follow it from there. I mean, the analysis will be dramatic and extensive, and so we'll have to follow that. As to how it works for you guys, obviously, if you're sitting on massive cash balances and you've sold shares to hold cash and write options using cash in non-retirement accounts, you'll continue on. Inside retirement accounts, you will take advantage of these dips and these slumps, and every time you bring in premium money, you're going to buy more stock in the same stock you're writing options on now at even lower prices. So you're going to take advantage of NVIDIA under 100 a share. You're going to take advantage of Apple under 200 a share. You're going to buy hundreds of shares more, depending on how much capital you've got, to write more call contracts at higher prices out of the money. This is the name of the game forever and forever and forever. And so I say well done, each and every one of you. Keep up the good work. Thank you again for reaching out to me, whether you're doing one-on-one sessions. If any of you want to have a one-on-one session with me this weekend to go over your account and go over your game plan, let me know. We'll get together for an hour and we'll see what we can do. Otherwise, those of you who are going to grab some classes now, 4 for the price of 3, this is your opportunity to learn how options work, how to do credit spreads, stake offers, psychology of the markets. There's a lesson for you somewhere. There's 18 of them. If you haven't taken any, start at number 1. Take the first 4. The sale lasts for the month of April. And so those of you who are grabbing these 4 for 3, grab 4 this week, grab 4 next week, grab 4 the week after that. You get 16 in this month. And you're well down the road to making money in this market from learning how options work. It's only up to you. When you're ready, you're ready. You know where I am, and we'll see what happens. Thank you all for saying hi and being with me today. So appreciate it. Let's see what's going on. Liberation Day turned into liquidation days. Savage of Wall Street, I called a 37,000 market for 2 months from now. Alex, the man, joined the channel and become a Gold Bagel member for Trade Alerts and Prime Time and a Wednesday. Seriously, worth the money. Dude, my 24/20 put credit spreads are looking good again. Still 2 weeks till it expires, so let's keep it going and keep going up okay on GameStop. What we got? The man, Alex, but are they through the Discord? I can't get on YouTube before 7:30. Alex, Christina, I made more this week than I made from my day job, says Alex. Brian, 19.7 million volume on GameStop today. Savage, if we see 36,000, we're going to 32,000, and I'll be backing up the truck. I'll take out loans and go into the emergency fund if I have to. Fire sale. And Alex, the man, no, they are broadcast via YouTube, not Discord. Splair, for $25 members, the man, that's what you want to be. Man, Savage of Wall Street, I'm with you on that. I'll be using everything. The man, Savage of Wall Street, I will find the dry powder somewhere. There you go. Okay. Thank you all for joining me today, early this morning, today, to this afternoon. Thank you for your continued support. We will see you here Monday morning for more fun. 8 o'clock roughly for the Gold Bagel members. I'll be on for a half an hour for you guys and 8:30 for everyone else. right here. Every day the markets are open, I'm on the air live, and we will follow the markets with you prior to the opening and the first hour of trading, and try to guide you the right direction and clarify just what the heck is going on out there. Thank you again for honoring the Knights of B. Tizzle, Richard, and Brian. You know what you must do. Keep up the good work, everybody. Get richer. Make sure you hug friends and family a little longer this time when you see them the next time. You never know when it's the last time. Boeing Tiger, thank you. Richard Carlin, have a great weekend. Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen. Mirko, I bought a couple of GameStop calls, $10. December 27 yesterday, around 14 each. I think I'll make money writing calls on these. Already feels like a steal. There you go, sir. Mirko, nothing wrong with being a in-the-money poor man cover call option writer. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us. I got to go and buy some bagels, so I'll see you Monday with a sesame seed grape jelly bagel in hand sometime during the show, and we'll see if we can help the markets go any higher. Anyway, there you go. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Stock Option Sensei. Mirko, have a nice weekend. Stock Option, thanks for the show, Uncle Bruce. Blair, thank you, my friend. You have a great weekend out there in Dortmund. Take care of yourself. And we'll see you all here Monday morning. We'll see if we can find a way to get you somewhat richer in this wild and wacky stock market in which we're following here. Congratulations, each and every one of you, for another successful week. If you've made money writing options, you just keep up that good work. Take the dough. Have a lovely weekend, Alex. Thank you, my friend. Same to you and your family, everyone. We'll talk to you Monday morning. Crazy 49er, you are something. $50 donation right at the end of the show. See you Monday. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. We got to get some. I got some bagel money now. Going to get some bagels, and we'll see you first thing on Monday. Bye for now.